about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Bill Stadium in Orchard Park.
The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Chicago Bears.
And we are underway in Buffalo.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
This defense for the Bears, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Allen off the play fake.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. The 20. 5, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big gain there for the Bills.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so
on 1st down, Fields. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards there, 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another 1st down. Handoff comes to Montgomery. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Second and 9. From the gun, here's Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tonyan.
Touchdown!
Robert Tonyan.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
58 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Now a run with Singletary. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Allen now looks to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Mackenzie Alexander with a pick.
And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Montgomery running right. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Fields now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Montgomery. Tackled by A.J. Epinesa. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Here's Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
One play action, Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Marquise Goodwin scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Bears will extend their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Bills 7. Kaiway Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like
It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On play action, Allen. Open space inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Allen to throw once more. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bills draw a bit closer.
extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Now Fields. This one complete to Tunyon underneath.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there for Chicago.
Well, when you've got a guy like Marquise Goodwin, a former Olympian, mind you, you've got to devise ways to get the football in his hands, and mission accomplished there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats there, how about this? 22.1 miles per hour. Wow.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Darnell Mooney.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Bears would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Makes the score Bears 28, Bills 14. Highway Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. Allen's throw here taken in by Knox.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Now Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
right, Coach. Thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Second down at 5. Fields going to hold on to it. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give. This is Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he's brought down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Play action. It's Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Montgomery back to the ground. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Fields.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
Mixing score, Bears 28, Bills 21. Tyler Bass, the kickoff.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
2nd and 8. Now it's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Teron Johnson able to pick it, and he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that will tie our game here in the third. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Throwing after the interception, Fields. It got his man, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. A.J. Epinesa in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
You definitely won't like to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Fields.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
2nd and 8 coming up.
On play action, Allen. Flushed out right. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play here for Buffalo.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Now Allen going to give it to Moss.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Here's Allen. Flush to his right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
On 2nd and goal, Allen. That'll be taken in by Beasley. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cole Beasley with touchdown number 7 have broken the tie. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off play action, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
.38-yard line, 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Fields. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Montgomery. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bills' 45-yard line.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
From the 50, here's Fields.
That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Going with Moss on the ground. They find some open field here. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
from the 31. Fields firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And some room to roam now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Set him back 5. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Fields. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. A.J. Epinesa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week.